All right, let's get right into it. We're all using AI chat tools more and more, right? And we're building up these just massive histories of conversations. But how do we organize it all? Today, we're going to look at a really smart proposal for managing our AI chat logs, one that focuses on continuity, being able to audit them, and keeping track of all that precious context.
I mean, come on, we've all been there. You know you had that brilliant idea, or you found that perfect piece of code like 3 weeks ago, but where is it? It's just gone, buried in a sea of other chats. It's a super common frustration, and honestly, it's only getting worse.
And you know, this isn't just a minor annoyance, it's a real issue. We can call it the endless scroll problem. It's a fundamental bottleneck in how we interact with what's become our own personal knowledge base. And here it is, the villain of our story. This single straight line of conversations. Look, it was fine when we had a few dozen chats, but now we're talking hundreds, maybe thousands. It's like trying to find one specific book in a library where someone just dumped all the books in one giant heap. It's chaos.
So let's break down the friction here. First off, the way we use these tools has totally changed. We're not just having quick little chats anymore. We're building entire repositories of work, projects that last months, even years. And the current system, this linear history and a simple keyword search, it breaks at that scale. So what happens? To piece together a project's history, you're forced to open chats one by one, clicking back and forth. It's a huge drain on your mental energy.
To really solve this, we need to make a fundamental shift in how we think about this stuff. We have to stop seeing these as just chats and start seeing them for what they've become, an archive.
This visual just nails it, doesn't it? Our little chat bubbles, which used to feel so temporary, are now turning into permanent records. They're like files in a filing cabinet. They've become something much more solid, much more valuable.
And that brings us to this really important idea, a new term, the knowledge artifact. This is when a chat conversation is treated as a long-running archival record of our work, our decisions, and all the context around them. This isn't just a conversation anymore. It's a document. It's a record.
So, if our chats are now an archive, how in the world do we navigate it? Well, the first part of the solution is just beautiful in its simplicity. We navigate through time.
And just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the left, you've got the old way, that endless scroll into oblivion. But on the right, wow, a proposed calendar-based navigation. You can just browse by year, then click into a month, then a week. Instantly, all that chaos has structure.
So what's the big win for you? You get instant chronological context. You can actually find that project discussion from, say, the 3rd week of January, even if you can't remember the exact keyword you used. You're navigating based on when it happened, which is how our memories often work anyway.
Okay, finding one conversation is a huge step up. But that's only half the battle, isn't it? What about when you need to pull information from multiple related chats? Well, that brings us to the second big idea.
This is the other major piece of the puzzle, a grouped search review. The idea is, after you search for something, you could select a bunch of related chats and then see them all side by side in one single read-only view. No more jumping around.
The benefit here is just massive. It completely slashes that cognitive overhead we were talking about. I mean, think about it. No more opening, closing, and then reopening 10 different tabs, trying to hold all that information in your head to piece together a project story. It's all right there in front of you.
Okay, so right about now, you might be thinking, this sounds amazing, but it must be incredibly complex to build, right? This has got to be some new AI magic. Well, here's the most elegant part of this whole thing. Let's be super clear about what this is not. We're not talking about new AI memory systems. Nope. No new data storage or fancy enrichment. It doesn't change how the AI reasons or makes inferences. And you're not actually editing or merging conversations. This is not a change to the core model itself. So how does it work? It's all about the presentation layer. It's a clever user interface trick. The system already has all this data. It knows when conversations started and ended. It has all the timestamps. This proposal is simply about exposing that existing data in a much smarter, more human-friendly UI. It's a UX win, not a massive engineering project. And this quote it sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. It's about improving usability by surfacing the structure that's already there, instead of bolting on a bunch of new, complicated systems. It's simple. It's elegant.
So let's zoom out a little. What does this all mean for the future? Why is this kind of organization so incredibly important, especially for people using these tools professionally?
Well, this is really designed for the heavy professional user. Think about people in legal and compliance. They live and die by having clear audit trails. Or someone doing deep technical research, where a project's context evolves over months of trial and error. For these folks, being able to trace things back isn't a nice-to-have. It's absolutely essential.
And this all points to an even bigger idea: how better design can actually drive more responsible use of AI. It starts with traceability, being able to see how a context evolved over time. From there, you can reconstruct that context, review a project's history step by step. And what's the end result? A verifiable paper trail, and that is absolutely crucial for governance.
So why does this matter so much? Here's the bottom line. Responsible use of AI requires clear traceability of what was discussed and when it was discussed. Period. Without that, you can't really have true accountability.
So, what we're really looking at is the natural evolution for these professional knowledge tools. It brings three critical things to the table: structure, to finally tame the chaos; continuity, to connect all those separate conversations; and auditability, which is the bedrock for any serious mission-critical work.
And that leaves us with one last, really important question to chew on. We love to say that AI is becoming our co-pilot, our partner in our work. But every great partner, every great pilot needs a well-organized library to draw from. So as we move forward, the real question is, how do we build that library? How do we make sure it's not just a messy pile of information, but a structured, accessible, and trustworthy archive of our own knowledge?